Today, we're going to be talking about pull-ups for the climber. And it's funny because if you ask any good climber, they will say, pull-ups don't matter. But at the same time, I don't know any good climber that can't do pull-ups. And so, what I'm trying to say here is, you'd rather be a climber who could do pull-ups than a climber who can't do pull-ups. So in this lovely video, I'm gonna be teaching you how to do pull-ups. We're gonna be going through a lot of variations and the way that I personally see best fit that you should be able to do pull-ups. And by the end of this video, after you watch it and after doing this shit for X amount of time, you should be able to do quite a few more pull-ups. And without any particularly further ado, here we go. Now allow me to demonstrate what I deem to be excellent pull-up form. Allow me to strip real quick. Now that I am semi-naked, allow me to start. Your grip can be literally whatever you want, so long as it's not super wide. Of course, I would say to avoid having it super close at first as well. So a general rule is if you put your hands to the ceiling, that's a good place to start. Me personally, I like it to be slightly wider. Now you can hold the bar with your thumbs over or your thumbs not over. I much prefer thumbs not over, but you do you, boo. Now that you have established your grip, congratulations. You want to completely sag your body weight all the way down into your shoulders. Lift your feet off the ground, add a slight chest elevation, head looks slightly up, and from here, you want to pull all the way up, come all the way back down in control. Let's see a side profile, shall we? Acquire the grip. Let the body sag into the shoulders, head look up, slight chest elevation, pull all the way up, come all the way down with control with no swing. Goddamn, I'm good. Before I go into the progressions of how to do this awesome thing, let me kill a quick couple myths. The number one is, the myth is to get your chin over the bar. As climbers, it doesn't make sense to get our chin over the bar when our goal is to mount the fucking rock. So, instead of focusing on getting your chin over the bar, I want you to focus on closing the angle from your shoulder and your wrists. In short, try to make your chest touch the bar. You do that, you get more range of motion, you work harder, and you get more out of less reps. I would just like to show you the difference of work capacity when I do these pull-ups. Right now, I'll just do chin over bar. And now I'll do chest to bar. Ooh, yeah. Do you see the difference? Also, one more thing. When you come down from the pull-up, you want to make sure you come all the way down so that your elbows are fully extended. All right, let's go into the progressions. Progression number one. In order to pull yourself up onto the bar, you have to do this thing called have the strength to hang off of the bar. So progression number one is to literally just grab a bar and perform a dead hang. Perhaps you need some tips on how to do the dead hang. When you are doing the dead hang, my friend, you want to grab the bar directly above your shoulder blades. Let your body sag. Allow them shoulders to drift as high as possible. Don't let that lower back arch. You want to slightly engage the core to keep your torso neutral. From here, you just hang and you chill. If you could do this for approximately 30 seconds, I would say you're really ready to move on to the next thing we're gonna do. Follow me. You're going to take a chair, a really nice sturdy chair. Get your ass on top of it. Find the bar. You'll want to grab it to where your arms are, say, at about 90 degrees or slightly sharper. Now that you have acquired this good grip, slightly step off of this. And once you step off, you want to squeeze your elbows inside your body to really activate that torso. So squeeze, feel nice and tight, get your feet off the ground, hold it, and then slowly control it down. How slow do you want to come down? The answer is in control. If you go fast, but you're not in control, fuck. If you go slow and you're in control, excellent. You're gonna do 5 sets of 5. Once that feels feasible to you, here's what you do next. Level 3, I guess you could fucking call it. You're grabbing the bar hard as per usual. Using the chair as well, obviously. Whoa! Don't do that. From the chair, you wanna jump up, get as high on the bar as possible. Control yourself down and then do a couple shrugs. Here's what I mean, watch. Jump up as high as possible, control down as usual. Once you get to the bottom, do a couple shrugs. Now these shrugs can just be shrugs or they could be pull-up attempts. So let me just do it real quickly for you again. You jump up, control yourself down. Once you get to the bottom, try to pull yourself up. They could be shrugs or you could be trying to do pull-ups. Whichever one works just fine. Now, when you go down and you come back up, we're trying to use the stretch reflex to help you go up. That will make doing the pull-ups a lot easier. What the fuck is a stretch reflex? Let me show you. A stretch reflex is basically when you eccentrically load something, you build up energy. Once you get to the bottom, you release it, bah, brings you back up, like a rubber band, man. I would say to do 5 sets of 5 with 3 attempts at the bottom or 3 shrugs. So, you come down, 1, 2, 3, back up, down, 1, 2, 3. Do that 5 times for 5 sets. Now, I'm sure at some point in time, you're going to be able to do 1 pull-up. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. So how do you progress from 1 pull-up to 10 pull-ups? Let me tell you, if the max number of pull-ups you can do is 1 and you wanna get to 10, here's exactly what you do, my friend. Go to the pull-up bar. Do your 1 pull-up, and then you rest for 1 minute. After the 1 minute has gone by, go back to the pull-up bar, 1 pull-up, off. You're going to repeat this for 10 minutes. At the end of 10 minutes, you would have done 10 pull-ups. Congratulations, tap on the balls, mate. Once you can do that without relatively too much problem, here's what you do next. At this point in time, you would have realized that you could do 2 pull-ups in a row. So what do? That's goddamn right. Pull-up bar, 1, 2, rest 1 minute. You repeat this shit 10 times. And at the end of those 10 minutes, you would have done 20 pull-ups. Congratulations, I could do that in 1 set. But for you, you're working it up. And you will basically rinse and repeat this shit until you could do 10 sets of 5 pull-ups with a 1 minute rest in between. At that point in time, your max pull-up should be at, say, at least 10, honestly. How do you go from 10 to 15? Because from 1 to 10, pretty linear. From 10 to 15, a little bit iffy. And from 15 to 20, very difficult. Let me teach you how to go from 10 to 15. You're going to be doing sets of 10 pull-ups. I know that wasn't 10, but I was just demonstrating. And then you're going to rest. 5 whole minutes. Now, is the resting time a bit long? Yes, but that's because when you do your pull-ups, you want to be nice and strong and powerful. You don't particularly want it to be a struggle. You want it to be a movement of great muscle contraction. You're doing 3 sets of this shit. Once you can do 3 sets of 10 pull-ups with really good or adequate form with full range of motion, without a doubt, I highly believe you are able to do 15 pull-ups. Now, to go from 15 pull-ups to 20 pull-ups, that's a whole different ball game that we're gonna talk about right now. So how do we do it? You're going to up your 3 sets of 10 pull-ups to 5 sets of 10 pull-ups. Well, great form, of course, with those 5-minute rests in between. And then once every blue moon, say once every 2 weeks, you're going to do a max effort, stamina, burn it out type of day where you really try to go for those 20 pull-ups. Now, when you're going for this 20 pull-up rep set, here's how you do it, because you're just trying to build up some stupid endurance, all right? Let me demonstrate. So on your max effort day, when you're trying to hit that PR of 20 pull-ups, you're gonna warm up, right? Whatever. You're gonna come beneath the bar. You're gonna pray to whoever God you believe in, probably me. You're gonna grab it ferociously, right? Now at this point in time, I'm very confident you can do 15 pull-ups. You should be able to. You're gonna bust out your 15. Ba 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 ba. After 15, you're gonna be very tired. So what do? You're gonna try to go as high as you can. If you can only go halfway, you're only going halfway, and those are okay. You're gonna do that for as many reps as you can, as many times as you can. Just keep it going. Once your arms lose the inability to bend, here's what you do next. You're gonna do shrugs. Once you can no longer shrug, and you will be so tired that you can no longer shrug, here's what you do next. You just hold on to the pull-up bar as hard and as long as you can. Just hold on to it. Just hold on to the goddamn pull-up bar for as long as you goddamn can. And then if you recover some energy by holding on to the pull-up bar for as long as you can, you know what you do next? That's right. You try to go back up. But you probably won't make it all the way back up because you're tired. And then you fall back down. So what do you do next? That's right. You hold on to the goddamn pull-up bar for as long as you can. And then right before you fall off, you squeeze with your hands as hard as possible. And then you fall off. So what just happened there? You tried really hard for, say, 20 reps. Even though 15 of them were applicable, the other 5 to 20 or 30 were shit. Point is, you tried really hard. Because when it comes to doing 20 pull-ups for your first time, you're gonna have to try really hard. So after you get done with that, you're gonna rest 10 full ass minutes. And then you're gonna repeat this twice. I mean, 2 more times. So for a total of 3. All in all, this max effort pull-up day should take you about 30 to 40 minutes, give or take, depending on how your transition times are and how long you're hanging on the bar for. But keep in mind, you're only doing this like once every blue moon, so like once every week or so. And you keep this up, and you're gonna hit those 20 pull-ups relatively soon. Yeah, anyway, so that's how you do 20 pull-ups. And again, there's still the goddamn question of, well, pull-ups don't really make you a good climber. And then I will always like to say, I don't know a single climber who can't do pull-ups. Whoops, hope you learned something. One more thing. I did this whole little tutorial based using just a pull-up bar and a chair. Ideally, I would have incorporated some rings and inverted rows, but I don't think everybody has access to these things. So I just went with the basic how to do pull-ups using just a pull-up bar and a chair method. There are many methods. This is just one of them. Is it the best? Nah. Is it the worst? Nah. Will it work? Eh. Anyways, see you next time, partner.